Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Motions Biz, and before I get started with this video, of course, I noticed that we have a lot of new subscribers. So thank you so much for visiting the channel. I really appreciate it very much, and hopefully you will continue to find good information in this channel. Now you may ask, why was I then approved for an unsecured credit card and then they would deny me for a credit limit increase? Like I said, Navy Federal gives people a chance, okay, to get a credit card. Now, how you manage that and how you improve and how you can optimize that card is up to you. You still have to continue the profile building process because if there is no activity on that card, there is no activity on your accounts, you can still get denied. And this is so true for one of our members who shared that the reason for the credit limit increase denial was that it just said not too many Navy Federal products used. Number two reason is that someone may have a very low Equifax credit score. And you may ask, why Equifax? As I've mentioned in my other videos, Navy Federal utilizes Equifax for monthly monitoring of credit. So when they do a soft pull, and we all know that a credit limit increase using the app is a soft pull. When you say soft pull, they still have to check your profile to determine what your activity on that card has been and how your personal credit profile looks, of course. Number three is that someone may have already reached the 80K limit, aggregate limit with Navy Federal Credit Union among 3 cards or 2 cards, or it doesn't matter because we all know that 80K is the limit with Navy Federal credit cards. However, we do have Navy Federal members who were given a little bit more over 80K. And in fact, one of our members in this community, that has happened to him, and he has actually shared that here. Community members who messaged me and said, Motions Biz, I actually tried just in case, just to give it a try to see if I would get approved for a credit limit increase because he already has 2 flagship credit cards and 1 more rewards Amex credit card. He said that has already totaled $80,000. So he just wanted to push his luck. And in fact, it was a very funny conversation. But he said he was denied. Sometimes in life, it's really worth pushing the envelope because you'll never know when a glitch with Navy Federal happens, you might get approved for a lot more. So let's go to number 4. Number 4 reason why somebody can get denied for a credit limit increase is that there are late payments on that specific credit card. Okay, you may be able to get away with a few days past due or 1 late payment. You can get lucky, but if it is frequent, you will likely get denied for a credit limit increase. And this was actually shared with me from somebody inside Navy Federal. So just be careful about those late payments. Place those things on auto pay because it can really affect with products later with Navy Federal. So don't be late. So we are on to number 5, okay? Number 5 reason why somebody can get denied for a credit limit increase is that someone has a high utilization on that credit card. Now, you may ask, what is the safe range for utilization on your credit card? And just in general, think about 30% or less. Now, 30% is a kind of a rule of thumb, okay, for credit cards. So if you know that you are asking for a credit limit increase, bring that utilization down before you request for a credit limit increase. So just a little tip to increase your chances for a bigger amount credit limit increase and also for approval. Number 6 reason why a credit limit increase can get denied is that it's not very common, but it has happened. And this is when somebody has a recently discharged bankruptcy or a bankruptcy that is recently in effect. Now, you may ask, if a person has had bankruptcy, why does that person have an unsecured credit card? But again, one of our members has shared that her bankruptcy was discharged 8 months prior to that. On her 5th month after her bankruptcy was discharged, guess what she did before that? She had a pledge loan, she had direct deposit, she worked on that. She was approved for a pledge loan. She did not have an and reward secured credit card. On the 5th month after her bankruptcy, Navy Federal gave her a cash rewards credit card for $1,000. Now, after she had that cash rewards credit card, 5 months after her bankruptcy was discharged, she asked for a credit limit on her 4th month, I think she mentioned, and she said she was denied. So that was probably the reason why she did not get a credit limit increase, but at least she had a 1K limit from Navy Federal. And you don't see that a lot around with other lending institutions. So Navy Federal is still really, very lenient and considerate and just gives people opportunities, which really was surprising. Another member shared that she has had a Chapter 13 bankruptcy that was in effect for a year. And one of those was her, I think it was the Platinum credit card. And when she asked for a credit limit increase, she was denied. Of course, it just makes sense. But I just wanted to share that information. Now, if you have any information about bankruptcy procedures and how Navy Federal is with that, I think that would be very helpful for the community and for me as well. And I would appreciate it very much if you can share your insight and your knowledge and your awareness and information to everyone here in our community. Last but not the least, number 7. Okay, I will share number 7. Let me share a comment from Dwight Martin here because I think he has a very interesting situation. Dwight, thank you so much for sharing this comment. So your comment and another comment from InfoZen, thanks to both of you, actually prompted me to put together this video, this information in this video. So as I've always mentioned, a lot of your comments and questions actually help me put together ideas and content that I can share that are relevant because those comments and questions are relevant. Dwight shared that he requested for a CLI on his Amex More Rewards credit card after 3 months and after 3 billing statements. He got denied for that. So the denial letter said that his account is too new. Again, this is something to do with the time frames that you had or you were in right before you applied for the CLI. He did it with the same thing on his Flagship, and guess what? He was approved for 33K. So this might be, again, one of those things where you really have to count the number of days before you apply for a credit limit increase, which I will explain on the next section. So your feedback, your insight, your ideas, the information that you know about, keep them coming because it is very helpful to our community because it helps me put together ideas as well coming from you and from your feedback, a good information and helpful information that can be beneficial to all of us here. So thanks again for those comments, okay? So now we will talk about what InfoZen has shared. For number 7, the reason why I made this last, because it needs a little bit more explanation. Anyway, this is not the first time that somebody has shared that they got denied, and the reason was the account was too new, okay? So I'm trying to understand what is happening here is that we are all conditioned into the 91-3 rule, and that includes me. But think about this, and this was brought about by InfoZen. Thank you so much for your comment. I will post his comment here saying that, yes, he did have 3 billing statements, but the first billing statement was partial, and that is because it depends upon what date during the month you opened that account and got started with that account on that credit card. So it may be possible that you can see the 3 billing statements, but it is not quite 91.3 yet. So we also had a member who said that she counted her days. It was perfectly 91.3, okay? but she still got denied. And the reason was, it is still the same thing. It said the account was too new. When it says too new, it always implicates the number of days that your account has been in effect. So we don't know. I'm not sure if they count business days or non-business days, but with a 91.3 rule, that was very common, and a lot of people did get approved for that. But lately, as far as the comments of our members and their experiences, we have had a few who got denied, and the reason was the account was too new. I counted how many members share this experience, and there were about 7 to 8 individuals here who shared that happened to them. So what can we do about it? Okay, when you apply for a credit limit increase, I would recommend waiting for 100 days instead of just 91 days. It gives you a kind of a buffer for the number of days that your account is in effect, so you will not have that issue. Just a recommendation. If you have other hacks, other ideas, or other advice for fellow members, so they would be able to take care of this issue, definitely share that here. Feel free to share that here. I just remembered just now that there is another reason why someone can be denied for a credit limit increase. And this list should have been 8, okay? But since I forgot all about it when I got started, I was not able to include this in my list. Let's add this just to number 7, although this would be officially number 8. But anyway, the one reason why folks get denied for a credit limit increase is that they had already asked for a first one, okay? Remember, you can ask for your first credit limit increase within 3 months or 3 billing statements, 91 to 100 days, okay, as I mentioned. Anyway, when they requested for their credit limit increase, it was actually 3 to 4 months after the first one, okay? As you already know, for your first credit limit increase, you can ask for that. You can apply for that within the first 3 months, or 91.3, 103, okay? Now, for the second CLI requests, it should be done every 6 months. So that can be another reason why some people who ask for a credit limit increase gets denied. And there was actually a lady who shared that here, that she forgot that she already had the first request and forgot to wait for 6 months. So just a little compilation of possible reasons for a credit limit increase denial. So definitely share your thoughts. Again, as always, thank you for following the channel. This is Motions Biz. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your presence here and tuning in and supporting the channel. Have a great day. I will see you next time.